Alright. I've been wanting to start a content YouTube channel for probably a year and a half, and nothing has ever come of it. I've been procrastinating things that I think that I could share with the world. So here's the first episode. I want to welcome anyone who's listening, and I really appreciate anyone who's listening. What my dream is for this channel is to build a community of people who are tired of their place in life and who want to achieve success in small increments. I sort of am dealing with that right now. I just finished a year of college, and it's like a crossroad. And right now I am headed to a coffee shop to go work on a programming challenge for a company that I just interviewed with this morning. So I choose to look at that as a small aspect of success. And I think that's key, is to lay out a plan for where you want, or what you really want in life, and then find out what kind of increments there are and how you can reward yourself when each checkpoint is achieved. Because I think a common theme in most people's life is that they're in some kind of despair, and the greatest pleasure in life is like you taking ownership and actually pulling yourself out of that despair and creating a better life for yourself using all of your energy. And I think that's what really brings people true, not really happiness, but like contentment, to know that they pulled themselves out of a bad situation. And for me, that resonates with me because I have been hopeless, I have been depressed. I've been completely dissatisfied with my life, and I'm on an upward trajectory, and the things that I feel are aiding that upward trajectory have been semen retention, which is basically breaking addictions to pornography that so many young men have struggled with. Also meditation. I've been doing that pretty much daily for about a month or so, but it's a lot of time, but I need to be doing 20 minutes a day, and sometimes I only do 10 or 5 because I can't sit still for that very long. And I think that anxiety of not being able to sit and focus comes from a lack of direction. And today I woke up and I had this interview, and I really feel that direction. Sometimes I think about, like, why am I pursuing computer science? And I just think that it's possibly like a aspect of my life that of like my future life that I want, because sometimes in school it really sucks. I don't know if anyone's studying computer science in college or self-learning. I really appreciate any comments about like what they've struggled with and like what their journey has been. But I think that I can use it as a proponent of like being able to move out of my parents' house, because feeling like an adult child is one of the worst feelings in the world. It's really, because you invest so much, and your parents invest so much in you as you grow, at least in my life, which I've been super lucky for. But then you invest at least 12 years, 13 years of mandatory education, from kindergarten to senior year of high school. And most people around where I live, which is kind of like a typical suburb, most people scrounge the money together and they go to college. So that's another 4 years of time and a lot of money too. And the 4 years of college, like, sure, it's time, and time doesn't mean that much to you when you're young sometimes. I think I'm still young. But it's also money. Like, even if you don't go to college and you just try to get a job out of high school, like, even if you're a minimum wage but you're working, you know, a normal amount of hours, like 40 a week or whatever, you could still probably pull in $30,000 or $31,000 a year times 4. You know, that's a small fortune of money that you wouldn't have made going to college. But people's idea of college is that it's an investment in your future, and you want to find something that you like, but also something that will be worth the time and the money, that both the money that you or your parents are paying, and also the money that you would have made by working or developing something outside of college. I really like this coffee shop. It's called the Java Room in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Maybe they'll sponsor me someday. I take a long time to turn, and it pisses people off, but I don't care. I lived here since I was 4 years old. And it's pretty, you get stagnant, you know. I'm so grateful for everything that my parents give me, but in providing so much security to me, it's become sort of like, I don't have to do anything for myself, you know. And I worked for 5 years, all through high school and the summers, and basically every winter break I had at a daycare facility. And that was good, you know. It was my first work experience. But I was always seen as like an assistant and not a real teacher. And I would do the jobs that no one else wanted to do, which is fair, you know. But and it was easy money. I know it was more than minimum wage, so I can't complain. But I wouldn't. An image of my life that I feel was the trajectory I was working on, which was the case with some young people at that facility, would be just like living with my parents while I worked at that job. And I don't don't know if this is controversial for me to say, or if it's real, or if it's just in my own head. But when parents came to pick up their children, they didn't like to see me there. I felt like they wanted women to take care of their children, and that was a feeling that really bothered me, really, a lot. And I don't think I'm just making that up. I think perhaps it's less so the case if you're more of like a lead teacher at a real school. Perhaps you get like less cornered into that type of thing. But I need to move on from that. And I've been studying computer science and passing all my classes and working really hard, making friends. And so it's time for me to pursue that for a little while. It doesn't have to be forever. Just like most people don't know what to pursue. But I didn't know what to pursue, and that made me pursue nothing, which is a waste of your time and your money, because you're not working, you're not earning, you're not making anything come of your dreams. So anyway, I really appreciate this, guys. You know, I'm brand new at this, so like I'll get excited if I just get 10 views. Hit me up, send a comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.